I have 1,679 miles to go.
Wow.
So far I've ridden 2,700 and something.
On average, each day, Pat, how many miles would you go?
Right now I'm in Illinois. I'm going to go in Indiana here. It's pretty flat, so I can get up to 60 to 80 miles now. When I was coming over, God, I forgot now. Dakotas, Wisconsin, and those areas, Montana, I was going up and up hills, big hills, not little hills. And that kept my miles down to about 45, because after I do about 3 or 4 of those big hills, about a mile straight up, I'm not a young man.
Bullshit.
But you could do 80 miles in a day on the flat, right?
Yes.
I mean, that is fantastic, Pat. Goodness.
That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to get 80 miles in today.
What do you do about going back, Pat? Do you just do a return trip?
I'm not going back. Who says that? I'm going to Australia.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Once I hit Orlando or Key West, I'm going to fly me and my bike over to Australia.
He's coming for you, Fred.
All right, no worries.
Hello, Monica. Nice to see you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Nice to see everyone.
Monica. I slept at the public park last night.
I bet you weren't alone.
It's amazing. You are a living proof of going out of the comfort zone and doing all this. This is amazing. I'm your biggest fan today.
Thank you, Monica.
Okay, let's get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of your Next Level Mastermind. This is episode number 79. And our topic for the week is, what's held you back in business? I think this could be an interesting little discussion. What's held you back in business? Those people who are watching it, please make sure that you check out the links that these people leave, because they're ready, willing, and able and available to you to contact and connect with, because, as I say this many times, you don't know who you don't know. And these people are good at what they do, and they're making their time available to you free of charge. You can reach out to them. Please do yourself a favor. Reach out to every single one. At least connect, engage with them, say hello, okay? Because you may have a pleasant, memorable surprise. So what we're going to do now, one last thing. Those who are watching this replay in the Your Next Level community, and for those people here with me at the moment, I would love you to do one thing. I would love you to post within our group things that you find of interest or challenging or whatever it may be. If you want to put a link to something as well that goes with it, as long as it's not a straight sales pitch, I would be delighted to have you contributing in there, because at the moment it's nearly all me, and I don't like it that way. I like to have other people's content in there. So if you're working on something that's exciting for you, or you've got an opportunity for somebody, or you found something that's of real interest and you want to share it, please do so, okay? And I'll be delighted to make sure I approve all of them. Okay, so before we get started, we'll go on the topic. We'll go around the room a bit and get people to introduce themselves for a few seconds, so you can get an idea of who they are and what they do and what they specialize in. So we'll start with you, Joy Healy, followed by Pat Dreyer.
Hello, everybody. I'm Joy Healy from Norwich in the United Kingdom. I help people 55 and over who didn't make good plans for a comfortable retirement income. So they're interested in starting a new business to fund a more comfortable retirement. The 3 problems that such people usually face are lack of technical expertise, lack of time, and lack of money. I can help solve these 3 problems for many people with the newly updated training that I've been following since Christmas, which aims to turn failed opportunity seekers into fully trained affiliate marketers. So this week, I'm looking for anyone who's ever Googled make money online, found it doesn't work, and are now ready to learn what it really takes to build a business online. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you very much, Joy. I don't know what happened to the clock there. I think it was me. Bear with me till I get back here. Jeff Bill's just getting added to us. Just bear with that. All right. Pat Dreyer, followed by Yvonne.
You've got all that behind the scenes work you need to do, letting people in and doing all kinds of stuff.
I know, and behind me is a forum with
and then watching the clock to boot.
Yeah, but I could disappear too, Pat, because I've got a hell of a storm just hit us. So if I disappear, I apologize in advance.
No worries. Hey, listen, everybody, I'm Pat Dreyer. I'm in network marketing with My Daily Choice, and I'm based out of Phoenix, Arizona, where the Grand Canyon is. Well, close, a couple hours away. But I help people who want to make money like right now. And in today's environment, there's so many people that are just stuck and uncertain about their future. So when I find people that want to make money, I show them how to make money. Now, anybody can do it by following a documented process. And it's such a simple process that I can actually draw it out on a napkin for you. Unfortunately, there's so many people out there, Peter, that won't participate in their own rescue. They let their ego get in the way. They overthink and complicate absolutely everything. And they have one excuse after another, and it just holds them back. But if you're motivated, you're willing to unlearn what you know about making money and learn a new way, we can show you the simple steps to success. Just reach out and I'll show you everything. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you very much, Pat. Documented business process. That's what it's all about, right?
It's what it's all about. Follow somebody that's done it before.
Yeah, well done. Yvonne, followed by John Allen.
Good morning or good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I am Yvonne A. Jones of 50 and Wiser Coaching and founder of the 50 and Wiser community on Facebook. I am your trusted guide and mentor in building memorable customer experiences. And I specialize I'm located, first of all, in Central Florida, which is home of the beautiful Bok Tower Gardens and just south of Disney World. And I specialize in working with mature female entrepreneurs who want to grow a sustainable, lucrative, and enjoyable business from wherever they are in the world. Three of the biggest challenges they have that we work on together is the mindset, the limiting beliefs. There are many. I am one of them, so I know what some of those limiting beliefs are, like the head trash we think about, that we might be too old and people might not want to work with us, or any of those other beliefs. Then I help them also to build their courage and confidence in themselves so that they're in turn able to connect with individuals and help them to grow their business so that they can build strong customer relationships and create memorable experiences for their clients and customers. This week, I'm looking for, and I'm asking my group, who do you know who is someone who is excellent at delivering memorable experiences for their customers? I would love to be able to meet that person, speak with them, and perhaps have them as a guest on my upcoming podcast starting in October. Thank you, Peter.
That would be good. Thank you very much, Yvonne. And for everyone on the call here, Yvonne's just got 5 more sleeps to go for a holiday she's been waiting years for. So I'm very excited for her. So, John Allen, followed by Monica.
Hi, everyone. I'm John D. Allen of Allen Small Business Coaching. I'm located in London, Ontario, Canada, the one without the big clock and the big bridge. The 3 biggest problems that I help small business owners solve are teach them how to attract their ideal prospects so they can convert those prospects into paying customers or clients, allowing them to fill in their temporary cash flow gaps while they're working on their ideal financial goals. You know, that's basically who I serve. This week, I'm looking for small business owners that want to have a talk to see whether I can help them or not. You know, I can't help everybody, but, you know, there are people I can help. So if you want to have a chat, give me a shout. The information's down below. Thanks.
Thank you very much, John. Well done. Monica, over to you, followed by Fred Gillen.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Monica Periade. I'm the founder of Thriving Concept Coaching Live, which has helped hundreds of professional women to grow out of stressful situations and also toxic environments. Who do I serve? I serve remarkable professional women who deal with self-doubt, a low level of self-esteem due to the stress or toxicity being at home or work. I specialize in working with remarkable professional women who wants to get to their next level in their career or feel that they want to create a shift. I work with people who are afraid to create the changes they want and face difficulty in making quick, healthy decisions. I also help remarkable professional women that are in jobs, environments, or relationship they resent, or simply put, they aren't enjoying their current situation. So I help them to get to their next level in life. This week, I'm looking to connect with like-minded women that want to network, brainstorm, or feel inspired. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Monica.
Most welcome.
Fred. Okay, you're welcome too. Fred Gillen, followed by Jeff Field.
Thanks, Peter. Always love the opportunity to meet new people here and to share in it. Fred Gillen from Melbourne, Australia. I run a business called More Marketing Ideas. And what I do is I help business owners have a look at their online strategy. And what I mean by that is their online marketing strategy to see how they're actually generating leads or not generating leads. So we can help them actually generate more leads, convert those leads into sales and help that FPOS buzzing. I used to say case register ringing, but that doesn't work anymore because I don't think we ever see any case registers as such now. And I also run a networking group which help small business owners connect with other business owners and they can grow their own networks and learn the tricks of the trade from their peers. So that's me, Fred Gillen, More Marketing Ideas.
Thank you very much, Fred, and thank you for the excellent session this morning. That was really good. I enjoyed that very much.
Thanks for being there.
Jeff Field, followed by Pat Kern. Over to you, Jeffrey.
Hello there, everybody. I'm Jeff Veal, the business guru from downtown Manila in the Philippines. The biggest problem I solve for people, we show them where they're going wrong. We give them a roadmap of how to grow their business. We get them more leads more often and show them how to convert those leads, which is the important part, right? With us, you don't have $10,000 months, you have $10,000 weeks. Who do we serve? We serve people mainly United States, Australia, UK, but basically any English-speaking country. We're even working with people in the Philippines here at the moment and having a bit of luck with some of those as well. This week, I'm looking for anyone who wants to take up our fabulous offer. It's $100 will get you 1,000 leads over 10 days on Facebook in your particular niche. And we'll even throw in the training, which is normally $295. Rather than put you through a series of YouTube videos, which you can do yourself, we'll actually do the training. We'll hop online with you for an hour and a half and set the whole thing up for you. Normally $295, we'll do that for free. So if you invest $100, you can get up to 1,000 leads in 10 days. And then if you want to take it further than that, we can go from there. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Pretty good offer. 1,000 leads, $100, all right? Well done. Pat Kern.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Pat Kern. I'm presently in Cambridge, Illinois, riding across the United States. I'm a internet marketer. I work for a company called My Daily Choice, the house of brands. What I like to do, I like to help people who wants to make an income, make a fast income. And I'm looking for people who just want to get out of the rut races, out of the everyday jobs, the 9-to-5 jobs or whatever. Join me and we'll get you going. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pat. Let me just stop sharing the screen. Before we talk about the topic, which you caught, just to remind you all, is what's held you back in business? This is home truth time, everybody. You can share what's held you back so people can learn from your mistakes, because I've made every mistake under the sun. Apologies for today. Penny Kennedy, I don't know where she's at the moment, but she's traveling, and good luck to her, okay? Tom Petty was trying to get here, but he obviously hasn't got out of bed in time. No disrespect, Tom, maybe you mind me saying that. Carol Davies, she's got a laptop problem that's crashed. Goodness gracious me, she's still trying to get it fixed. And Brenda Sheldrake, she has every intention of being here, and she woke up this morning as sick as a dog. So she said, please give my best thoughts and apologies to everyone here. She'll be here next week. So they're the apologies. The topic, okay, what's held you back in business? Let me start you off and put your hands up in order who'd like to go in. Here's some of the ones I mean, I could spend the next hour talking about the mistakes I've made, but just to get you thinking. Earlier in our session today, Yvonne talked about the word mindset, okay? And I had a major mindset, and I still have that problem. And there's a mindset problem I have about technology. And I'm running out of excuses. I need to get with it, to be quite frank, because it's holding me back. And it took me forever to even take up an automated system for customer CRM, okay? I used Agile, but I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. I thought, I'll just use my books. I can do it with books. But I realized that I just fooling myself. So one thing for me is technology, okay? It's held me back. And I mean, what I think is really difficult, people like Fred and Jeff, for example, would think it's a piece of cake. Okay, I know. They think, what's wrong with you, silly old bugger, right? But to be quite frank, it is a challenge I'm still facing. And I'm just being totally honest with you. But I can drive my CRM, I know that. The other thing that held me back was pride and stupidity. When I first started online, which was 2004, about nearly 18 years ago, I thought I knew it all. I thought, this is easy, this stuff here, no problem at all. And this is because that's before the days of Zoom and all that sort of stuff, right? The biggest challenge I had in those days, in fact, and you won't believe this, Fred Gillen, but I actually built a website, because in those days, building websites, that was the latest and the greatest thing, right? If you've got a website, then you haven't got to do anything else. And to a certain extent, that was true, because very few people had websites. But my pride and stupidity got into play because I was stupid enough not to ask for help. I needed help, but I wasn't prepared to admit it to myself. So that was a huge thing that held me back. And then when I found help, I finally think, come on, Bridget, okay? Stop being stupid. And I found a coach. The coach really let me down. I mean, I just couldn't believe I'd paid quite a lot of money to this guy, right? Who would come to me with all sorts of accreditations and recommendations from a range of people. He didn't show up. He literally didn't show up. I never even got my money back. He disappeared, to be quite frank. He's not online anymore. Okay, but I made that cemented in my mind. Oh, what's the point? I must have do it myself, right? There's no point in getting these people to mentor and coach me, because you can't trust them. So it took me another year of making mistakes and buying shiny objects, which was a waste of money, before I finally got the common sense to try again. And finally, I found 3 good mentors, and I've still got them today. So that's another thing. And the last thing I want to share with you is this. Maybe it's the school teacher background, but I thought the best way to add value was to not just create content, but make it look really fancy. Make it look really complex. Because if that's complex, that means it's really valuable and people will pay more for it. What a stupid piece of thinking that was, okay? Complexity equals fear. Simplicity equals trust. It took me a long time to realize that, okay? So there's my 2 cents worth, just to get your thoughts going on that. As I said before, I could spend a lot of time doing that, but like everyone else here, we've all made mistakes, and I'm looking forward to hearing your sharing, because people can learn from us. They really can learn from us. Okay, John, over to you, my man.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks for the part you shared. I'm like you. My biggest hang up when I got going in this business was me. I thought I had to know it all, be it all, and all the rest of that crap. I spent well over $100,000 in a couple of years buying the latest, greatest shiny object that was out there. I figured I had to know it all and have all this great, grand, and wonderful information. Didn't check out some of these people to see whether it was even good or not. It was just, wow, that's the latest shiny object, I'll buy it. And I bought a lot of junk. You know, there was good stuff in there as well. You know, there's a lot of great people out there, so don't just judge everything that is going to be garbage. There is a lot of great stuff out there and a lot of great coaches and teachers. The thing that you need to do is you don't need to know everything, because I'll tell you guys, there's more information on the internet out there than any of us will ever have. So don't try to be the know-it-all, because there's a ton of it out there. If people want to go through on their own and sort through all the rubbish and garbage out there, there's a ton of great information out there. They can learn more than any of us can ever teach them. The biggest lesson I learned was to follow one person that you like. Follow them, copy what they do, learn how they do it. And when you perfect that and it's really working for you, then if you want to go to somebody else, go ahead. But don't try to follow a gazillion people all at once, because you're going to go nowhere fast. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you, John. Making me feel even guiltier and guilty, because that's exactly what I did. Ooh, Joy, over to you.
Oh, I've done all of those things, made all of those mistakes. I mean, the technology, I'm supposed to be doing a particular challenge this week with my phone. I woke up this morning and my phone's deleted all the apps. I have no idea why. But anyway, that's another thing to figure out. I think my big problem really is I try to do too many different things at once. I've got the family business, I've got online business, I've got offline business. I'm just spread too thin, to be honest. And I mean, the other thing that I don't know if it's a mistake, it's just who I am, but I'm too honest for my own good to be in business, because I won't make false or hyped up claims. And if I don't think something is right for somebody, I won't push them on it. And it's probably cost me a lot of money, but hey, I sleep at night. Thanks, Peter.
Joy, it hasn't cost you anything. Integrity is far more important than dollars. Very much important. Well done. Great sharing. Thank you. Pat Dryer.
So many things. You know what? Mostly it's all the me stuff, right? The limiting beliefs, my paradigm, and comfort and procrastination. And as far as the limiting beliefs, everybody talks about how I'm not worthy, I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough. Just all of these things that hold you back from even getting started. And then, of course, you get to your paradigm, which, Peter, as long as you're going to say you're horrible at technology and you're such a technophobe, you will continue to be. You'll talk yourself into never learning how to be good at it, right? And that's where I am. But that's the story you tell yourself, right? Mm-hmm. And it controls you and all of your results. And so we just need to work on that and change the way we think and become the person we want to be, as opposed to just coming up with excuses all the time. And that's certainly where I am. But I would say the biggest part is comfort. Where I am with what I have, you know, it's like, this is easy. I like this, and not going out into other areas and pushing myself in other places. But the other thing that goes with that would be the procrastination. And I'm always coming up with reasons why I can do it tomorrow. Mm. So I would say with me, it's more comfort and procrastination, but the others have been things over my life that have certainly held me back.
But it's interesting you say that, Pat, because when you put things off, you can convince yourself that you're doing it for all the right reasons, can't we? So easy to do that. But
Yeah.
we're really not facing the truth. We're really procrastinating. Sometimes we feel like trying to be perfect or something, but yeah, I can relate to that.
Actually, nothing beats action, right?
Mm.
And so you just got to get started now, where you're at with what you have, and just learn as you go. And you get better and better each day at what you're doing. And finally you realize that every day you're just growing. Yeah. And there is no procrastination, and your comfort is growth. So take action.
I like that. Your comfort is growth. Yeah, good. Great mindset. Yvonne, what about you?
I can say ditto, ditto, ditto. Can I just stop there?
Yeah.
My number one thing that held me back after I started my online business in 2008 was the quest for perfection. It was a huge thing for me. See, coming from the corporate world, I gave 110%. So I was used to getting the accolades, the awards, the this and the that, and being told, oh, your work is very good, blah, blah, blah. Meeting deadlines, supervising, whatever. And then I came to the online world, and all of that, I walked away from corporate America, and all of that came to a screeching halt. I had nobody telling me how good this was or what. So I would create programs and didn't release them because I didn't think they were good enough. I didn't find a mentor until after I was online for over a year, and I found a mentor, an amazing mentor. And like you, Peter, I signed up with one of my very first persons online. He delivered a part of the training because, okay, I could write. I loved writing, so I decided to sign up for article marketing. And I did write almost 100 articles on eZine articles, and I did do affiliate marketing through that. But then there were other things he was to deliver, never delivered them. So my quest for perfectionism was one of my biggest stumbling blocks, because I would do, but I wouldn't release. And then the second thing was SOS. You know what SOS is? It's a cry for help, right? So I didn't recognize it as that. I was just consumed with, like John, shiny object syndrome. I was buying here, I was buying there, and I was buying so much that I didn't even have time to consume it because it would have taken a lot of time. I distinctly remember one noted marketer, very well known, who I will keep unnamed. I bought a huge package, lots of money, can't talk too loud. And months later, I got to it and the CDs were blank. No, I'm not saying he did that deliberately. He must have outsourced it, because that is what they were doing those days. They were outsourcing this, and somehow I got a pack of blank CDs. I had some of the PDF, but anyway, and my next thing was giving, thinking that by giving freely, because that's my nature. I love to give and I love to share. And I give you two quick examples, then I'll shut up. One, someone was in a group with me and she kept calling me and we would have discussions and I would teach her and I would teach her. And then lo and behold, in about 6 months, guess what? She was able to level up her thing, that she was able to get into a top level mastermind where you had to be making $10,000 a month to get into that mastermind with Armand Morin. And then another person, we were in another mastermind, this is much later, and we were partnered up. Each of us were partnered with someone in the mastermind. And she gave me her issues, what her problems were, and we worked on them together. Mm-hmm. 3 months later, she told me she had increased from 2,000 something a month. In 3 months, she had made $21,000. This was all free. I got no benefit from it. So I've learned, I still give, but I've learned that if you want to get more than a certain amount from me, you have to be my client. I can't just give my knowledge because I've paid a lot for my knowledge. So I think all of us have done that at some point, and I don't mind giving, but you have to give judiciously, for want of a better word.
Yvonne, you know, when you talked about buying that training and then finding the blank CDs or whatever it was, okay? Just yesterday, my granddaughter pulled out an old laptop we had in the cupboard here. She said, Grandpa, can I play with this? I said, yeah, of course you can. I didn't even tell her to turn it on or anything, but bang, within a second, she had the thing up and going, right? But what's interesting is I found stuff on there that I purchased and never even opened. Never even opened the stuff. I really don't want to think about how much I paid and wasted, to be quite frank. Goodness gracious. Anyway, Fred, what about you, my man? You're on mute. Thanks,
Pete. Yeah, I was just going to say, I think I'm probably in the same boat as everybody else here. We all seem to have done similar things in our life, and particularly the shiny object syndrome, you know, and I'm still doing it. Like I still buy stuff and then time runs out and I don't get time to look at it and whatever else. But I think a bit like Yvonne, the thing I learned that probably held me back was I was doing a lot of stuff because I was in corporate. I was doing a lot of stuff pro bono, so in the marketing space. So you just help somebody just get it done, right? I didn't charge anything. And then when I moved into the digital space and running my own business, setting the pricing model was probably way too low. Right? So that was one of the other things. So I was spending a lot of time and really getting wages instead of actually working on my business and charging at a rate where I was running a business. So that was probably one of the things that I learned probably in the first 12 months. That, you know, you've got, like what Yvonne said, you've got to value your time and charge accordingly. Like, yes, we all, like now, if I talk to a client for, you know, half an hour initially, that's usually just as an exercise to find out what they want and how can I help them. But now they want to book in extra time after that. They go to my booking calendar that's got a pay now button. And it's all pay prior to, it's not pay after, because you can get burned very quickly by doing work for somebody, send them an invoice, and then they decide they're not going to pay. So, you know, you've got to look after your business, and without the money, you can't grow your business. That's unfortunate, but that's life. That's the way it is. Thanks, Fred. Well done. Well shared. Monica, what about you?
Oh, it's me. I'm totally, I think I subscribe to each word of everyone here. And I also made so many mistakes, but this is the most powerful mastermind yet, I think, because great mind shares their mistakes. So whoever is going to watch this is great value. So I think this is going to be the title. So I think the biggest mistake ever is that I can do it on my own. That's the biggest mistake anyone can do. I can do it on my own. So the biggest take is to build your network, meet people that you can learn, and also you can convey some value back. And yeah, I subscribe to everyone, but I think what held me back for a really long time, it was not knowing to whom to turn to. So coming a year ago, yay, celebration to this mastermind a year back, I think even more than a year back, I met you guys. So I know all combined, depends on the needs of and the stage of everyone's business. I know this is the right place for anyone who wants to grow their business into the online, into the digital future era, whatever it calls. But yeah, I think the biggest mistake I ever did to think I can do it on my own. And I started with the naivety that how hard can it be? And it's not hard. It needs a certain how to say, fever of determination, I would say, a certain willingness to the madness to be able to do it. But you need people that been there, done that, and had spent tons of money to be where they are. So I learned a lot from Fred Gillen, and my cover photo in Facebook, it's because of him, and so many other things that I can't recall right now. And I like the fact that he more marketing idea, I think, Fred, it's called, and I love it. It's so innovative. So it's so simple and so great. So if anyone listen to us, I think they should come. And I love the work of Peter, and thank you for having me here. And I thank you for having the patience to listen to what I have to say. And I love John and everybody else to pieces, and Yvonne and Pat, and I can't, you know, each one of you have helped me a great deal. And I'm sure I'm gonna speak more volumes soon as I get more into my business. So what I wanna say, don't try to do it at home. Don't try to do it alone, you know? So reach out to Joy, Jeff, BYC, because I think, yes. So reach out to people, to their expertises, to everyone here, because they are 10 years ahead of us, 10, 20 years ahead of you, or whatever the amount of time, and they can help you with overcoming one big, most important thing, time. And I wasted so much time thinking that I can do it on my own, and I can learn how to do it on my own. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you very much. BYC, Yogesh. Apologies if you can hear the storm in the background. It's really building us here. So over to you, Yogesh. What about you? What's held you back?
Definitely focus. I've noticed I waste a lot of hours. I don't know, is it my ADHD or what it is? I haven't been able to figure it till now. I know I have to do something. I still don't do it. And focus basically means what? It means follow one course until successful. And then I keep jumping from one place to another. Even now I was in Indonesia. Now I'm planning to settle back in Hong Kong. I mean, settle my family back, go back, and I go to China. And focus for me also means being persistent, consistent, determined, learning the sales, marketing, you know, like I'm kind of lost in those areas. And what you said, Peter, the excuse shows up. I'm not good with tech, or I just don't enjoy doing that stuff. So definitely I lack focus, and focus also means having a clear vision of where you want to go. I've started so many different businesses, shut so many different businesses, and haven't found success in any one of them. And as much as I enjoy public speaking, I'm not able to generate enough leads or price myself correctly. So I know I lack major focus. And if I just get it right, I'm going to be in a much better place than I should be. And I agree with what Monica said, get help. So that's what I lack.
Tell me again. Focus stands for?
Follow one course until successful.
Thank you. I had never heard that before. Thank you, Yogesh. Good point. Jeff Veal, what about you, my man? What's held you back? Is there anything in this world that can hold you back?
Nothing at all, guys. As you all should know me by now, I have a big ego. Nothing's held me back. Zero. I don't let things hold me back. I fail forward. I spend money. I invest money. For example, I buy 10 softwares at 100 each. Some I don't even open. Some I think are a waste of time because I'm tech phobia. It's too difficult for me. And the 10th one, I make $20,000. So was that $1,000 a good investment? Of course it was. So invest in yourselves. Yogesh, I want to have a chat to you because you're a superstar in the making. You just got to put the wings on, my friend. Anyway, what's held me back? First thing is, guys, I left school at 14 and I was a bit of a mummy's boy. I was a sook, you know, not in the true sense of a mummy's boy, but my first book was The Lazy Man's Way to Riches. And I'm the sort of guy, I'll work 14 hours so I don't have to work 2 hours for you. So yeah, that's just how I am, right? I love working for me, right? The thing that let me down most of my life has been team members. I trust people. I have the attitude, when I meet people, I'm like a dog. If I wag my tail, I like you. If I growl, I can't tell you why, I just don't like you. And probably you don't like me either. It doesn't matter. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I've got that philosophy. If I wag my tail, I like you. And I like people a bit too quickly. I help them. I go the extra night. I'll never be super rich because I help people a lot. And I undervalue myself as well, guys. But yeah, it's all part of the fun. I'm enjoying what I do, so I do it. Interesting enough, when I was about 40, I was always going pretty well. I was always making about $5,000 a week, which was big money when other people were making $500 a week. I decided, I used to watch the tennis, Pete Sampras and all the big boys, McEnroe, and I found out they all had a coach. And I thought, why would they have a coach? They're so bloody good. Then I realized, okay, the coach might take them to another 5% or whatever. So I thought, I'll get a coach. So I hired, guys, 3 coaches, all from a company called Action Coaching, owned by Brad Sugars. The first 2 coaches, within 1 month, they were paying me to coach them. All right. They came on my payroll and they came and visited me to be coached. The third one, I didn't like one bit, hated the guy, but I respected him. And he taught me this one thing that to this day I still use: you don't know what you don't know. And that's all of us. So we're learning every day, guys. You know, you don't know what you don't know. So never forget that. Reach out to someone. They may know something. Another one of my favorite sayings used to be, some of the best ideas come out of the mouths of idiots. And over the years, I've picked up some fabulous ideas from people I thought were stupid. But I grabbed the idea. The difference was I implemented it, right? Moving along with my notes here. Try and duplicate yourself. Guys, I've been telling you all along, it doesn't need to be with me. Get yourself a VA tomorrow. And that VA can just do 2 lousy hours a day for you. 1 hour on Facebook, 1 hour on LinkedIn, and you will double your business within 3 months. It's really that simple. Put the investment in, put the time in, stop buying bullshit programs, put the time in, put the investment in, get yourself a VA, whether it be one of mine or anywhere else in the world. There are thousands of them out there, all right? Next one, I think Fred or someone mentioned it about, it might have been Yvonne, about people wanting something for free and the value coming along the line. When people get my VA, I tell them basically, you are getting a nurse. Like, what do you mean by that? Because they keep ringing me up saying, hey, Jeff, what should I do about this? What should I do about that? I said, I don't know what you should do. It's your business. You've got to know your business. You've hired my nurse, the VA, to do what you want done with my VA with, systems. If you want me, I'm a specialist, right? So it's like going to the hospital. It starts off nurse, doctor, specialist. I'm a specialist. So if you want me, I cost extra. Oh, you mean you're not $10 an hour, Jeff? No, I'm not. I'm $295 an hour. But I'll give you the first hour for free, like heroin, I'll give you a taste. Then when you see my ideas and what I can do for you, hopefully you'll want to take it further. Last one, guys. Sell shovels, not the gold. I've learned that in the latter years. I don't sell gold. I sell the shovels. For all the people out there who are looking for gold, I sell them the shovels and all the supplies they need, because there's lots of them out there looking for gold, and I love them when they come past my shop. So that's me for the day, guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you very much indeed. Anyone else got some final comment? Yes, Monica.
If John allows me, I would like to call John on the stage and share the short little story of the book with the guy from South Africa. John, please.
Well, that was the Acres of Diamonds. And basically, if you haven't read it, it's a really good deal. And it all comes down to this. I owned a farm, and he heard about diamond mines, and he wanted to find diamonds. So he sold his farm, goes all over the world, all over Africa looking for them. can't find them. He walks into the ocean and drowns himself at the end. Total despair. The guy that buys his farm finds this big diamond in the stream. Doesn't know he had it. He just had it sitting up on his mantle. A preacher comes by having supper one night and asks him about this rock. He said, "Oh, I found that in the stream." He said, "Is there more like it?" He said, "Oh yeah, there's lots more in my stream." Turns out it was the biggest diamond mine ever in South Africa. And it comes down to diamonds are right where you are now. One of the other things I'd like to add is businesses don't go out of business for lack of ideas. They go out of business for lack of cash. So as everybody said, you have to have money in your business or you're broke, plain and simple. You can't give it all away. You're not a charity. Yes, you can help people, but the whole concept of being in business is to make money and to have something for people, not you're not the Goodwill store or whatever. So you're in business to make money, to help people, to live your desire. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Monica.
Yeah, that's a good point, John. Actually, it took me years to decide to pay myself out of my business. I didn't do that. I mean, it sounds crazy, but I didn't do that. I mean, it was all in one heap. I didn't even have separate accounts, just one bank account. I mean, stupid. Anyway, who else got some ideas before we go?
Oh, Peter, I wrote down what you said, that complexity equals fear, simplicity equals trust. And then I remember that Tony Robbins had a quote on complexity, and it's simple. The enemy of execution is complexity.
Yeah.
So if we keep it simple, sweetie, we're better off.
Yeah. And as Jeff said too, it's not a matter of what we buy, whether it's shiny object syndrome. It's a matter of using it. Okay. I mean, I remember years ago seeing these people. I was in this group, okay, and these people were dumb. They really were dumb. And I'm probably being a little bit arrogant, but I thought they couldn't even speak English properly, right? And no disrespect for those coming from Romania, Monica, or anywhere else, right? But they were English-speaking people, but didn't have any control over the language at all. They were just hopeless. But you know what? They were making 10 times what I was making. Making 10 times more than I was making. I'm thinking, what am I doing wrong? I can't understand. These guys are dumb.
Yeah.
The fact was, I wasn't implementing. I was fooling myself. I wasn't implementing consistently. And that held me back. That's another example of my stupidity and ignorance, okay? But I didn't realize that. I just thought, oh, fine, yeah, now I know that stuff is in my head, okay? But I was fooling myself. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Just to follow up from that, Peter, if you're talking to any business owner, and we all do it when we at an initial coaching session or inquisitive session, whatever it is, I will normally ask, what do you think is the problem? And they'll tell you. They know what the problem is already. You just don't do anything about it, right? So every time you ask somebody, the initial conversation, well, what do you really think the problem is? And they'll tell you outright, and then you fix it. But they already know. Right. So that's really, what people listening to this, if you've got a problem, you know it already. So just, get a mentor, get somebody to help you, get a VA, get whoever it is, but just get it done. You know what the problem is, just sort it.
In other words, be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Well said.
Peter, you brought up a good point where you looked at these people and you couldn't understand, they weren't the brightest. I remember I went to work for this one guy and he used to speak really slow when he was talking to a customer. And I thought, oh God, if I can't talk faster than this guy, I got it made. What I didn't realize, that was all part of this guy's deal when he was doing his presentations. He was a multimillionaire. I was too dumb to catch on to start with what he was doing. He said to me after, he said, John, listen to my presentation and learn. Don't just figure that I'm a dummy. I didn't get to be a multimillionaire. by being stupid. So you had a great point, Peter.
I'm smiling.
And he,
I'm
and
smiling.
he was
at-
an Aussie.
Yeah. I'm smiling because you're talking about the guy who's speaking slowly. It just reminds me of a conversation you and I had not that long ago.
Yep.
Anything else, anybody, before we wrap up? Okay, look, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much, everybody, for your contributions. I truly value you. I will try and get this done probably by Friday. I was a bit late last time, I'm sorry, but things get away on me. But in the meantime, I just want to thank you for being honest. Thank you for sharing. And I look forward to seeing you same time next week. Okay. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
George.
Great
everybody.
rest of your week, everybody.